the challenge I see for us as the technology continues to grow and the hooks that allow us to use and get data into something like your audit analyzer or Tableau become easier is how do we as professionals start to say, let's graph this, let's look for anomalies and move not away. I guess there's a combination. I don't know if we're going to completely move away from summary statistics, but embrace this. So how do you see that happening for the profession, for auditors who have been pretty immersed in summary statistics as the way to go in looking at audit evidence?
So, I think just having the motivation to try to become more data literate is really important. I think it's an organizational mindset as well. I think it has to be ingrained in the culture of the organization that you're working with. You need a little bit of support to step out of that box that you're currently in to try some new things first. Anytime you try something new, you're going to fail the first couple of times, and that's okay. I think you have to understand that and be confident in that. People get really scared of the four letters that I talk about a lot, code. For whatever reason, that's a really taboo term, but it's not that much different than writing a function in Excel, which I think a lot of people have been doing for a lot of years. I think, once you do make that step and you start to maybe explore a little bit of coding as well, I think you'll quickly realize how many tools there are out there that just in general help your workflow on a day-to-day basis. And like you said, get you from that step of, okay, here's the data to, hey, I want to build a chart with it a lot quicker than you might be used to doing. And the last thing I think I would say is if you do make that leap to the code side, it makes a lot more sense logically as you're trying to do an analysis, because code is written from top to bottom. So you say, okay, here's the step that I'm starting with. This is the next step that I did. This is the next step. And you can hand that off to somebody and they can follow that pretty logically. So it allows for greater reproducibility and teamwork, I would say, between groups, as opposed to anybody that's ever gotten a huge Excel workbook with a bunch of functions built into it. And I have to click in every cell to figure out what is actually going on with this workbook. I think a lot of these tools that are introduced with data science and analytics are trying to make it more reproducible as well and more accessible.